everything.
Hello everyone, thank you for checking out our channel. We are 819 Adventure. Today we are up in Pennsylvania's Shamokin area. We're riding the trails of AOAA. I do have other videos up there on our site from this area, actually a lot of them, because it's close to us and we really enjoy the riding here. It's a bit rocky, but there's a lot of different terrain to ride. Tight trails, open trails, rock crawling, hill climbs. There's a good assortment of stuff. Mud. Today, my buddy Dennis, who's up in front of me, you can see, he has his RMAX 1000, which is brand new. It's a 2021. I'm driving a Kawasaki KRX 2020. There's a little story behind mine. Mine I bought from a good pal of mine that owns Off-Road Motorsports. And he had this unit in. It was purchased Tennessee, I believe. Yes, that's where it originally came from, was Tennessee. And it was abused for the first 111 miles. Somebody had wrecked it, rolled it. Everything's been replaced. We measured out the frame and everything to make sure everything was in good shape. It was. Top cage was already replaced. Somebody, whoever had rolled it, did most of the repairs already. There was just some plastic that needed to be taken care of. There was a brake line that was bad. There was a few other little things, but everything got straightened out. It's been a phenomenal. You'll hear me on here talking on the camera. By the way, we are very new to all this, so we are trying our best to get this channel up and running and learning as we go along. This is the first time I'm doing recording over a video, so we'll give that a shot. Hopefully it works out. Please let us know in the comments below. But right off the bat, we started riding here and we realized the Bootlegger Trail was over to our left, but you have to take a few trails to there. There you can see there's a blue trail to your right. And that trail off to the right is more for the Jeeps and that. We do the blue trails all the time. We do all the trails. But we went this way. Again, you can see it. It is rocky here. We do have a lot of rock in this area. It's what it is. It's East Coast. It's mining. There's a lot of shale. So this particular trail here, we're taking over to the new Bootleg Trail. And I'll make a comment on the Bootleg Trail. You'll hear me as we're driving along. It reminds me a lot of Hatfield McCoy. Now, this trail system here at AOAA, they're working with the management of Hatfield McCoy to build it very much like it. The whole idea in the future is to have all these trails connect to each other all the way down the coast. That is one of the things that they are trying to work on. But that's way, way, way off in the distance. And I don't know if that's still the case because they're constantly picking up leased land and adding to this park. It originally was 6,000 acres, and I believe it's even bigger than that. I think it's over 10,000, if not even more. I haven't talked to Dave, the director there, in quite a while. Actually, I only talked to him once since COVID came out. But back to these trails, you can see how it changes. You can see the darkness in there from the coal. You know, it's already starting to drop leaves here in the fall. Mud. There's definitely some mud. We do like mud. Dennis doesn't like it as much as I do. But my son and I, we love it. There's videos we have on the channel here. My son going through it with his Can-Am. Unfortunately, he sold his Can-Am because he turned 16 and he needed a truck. So that's what he wanted. So he wants to get a four-wheeler next year. But we really enjoy this. There's a lot here to enjoy. That's a huge mud hole right here to our right. As you can see, we're going around it for good reason. Jeeps are also on this trail and big trucks, and there are some serious ruts, and it rained a lot. And you can see I didn't get a good shot of it, but it is super deep out there. I think I can make it through, but I didn't want to chance it, not right off the bat on riding. I didn't feel like getting soaking wet. It was about 65 degrees right now when we were riding here, but it did warm up closer to 80 by the afternoon. So here starts the Bootlegger Trail. That's the sign to the right there. And this is very similar to a Hatfield McCoy Trail. Rock House area would probably be a good example. I know a lot of the trails look very similar down there. I was there 09. I was there last year. Do enjoy it. This is a nice set of trails because this does open up pretty good. You can open up. I went so fast I actually passed the entrance to the bootleg.
I guess I was going a little too fast there and missed it.
Yeah, that's me too. So this is actually the main entrance.
I'm dogging it. Keep doing it. Brakes a little weird. Clutching slowing down. This Bootlegger Trail is pretty cool. We only went on it once the last time we were here. So, reminds me a lot of Hatfield McCoy. Yeah, you got the big ledge to your left and hill to your right. There's a whole lot of room for someone else to come at you. But
as you can hear my comments talking into the camera while riding. This is very similar to a Hatfield McCoy Trail. And you'll find a lot of that on the East Coast. There's other areas that are very similar to this. Other places in West Virginia. There's a split. No, we thought there was a split. There wasn't. Apologize. One of the reasons why AOAA is so good because they're so organized. There is a lot of staff on site when you're riding.
you know, one of the things about this place is it is a bit rocky. That's kind of an understatement. It's very rocky. But in a machine like this, it's not bad. One of the things you gotta worry about though is the sharp pointy ones. There is a lot of them. Carnivore tires are really good tires. Actually great tires. But they aren't known to have sidewall issues, especially with snow. But I think any tire is going to have that. Honestly. I don't think that there's a foolproof tire out there. Not on the general market. I'm sure there's a military grade out there. But that's not us. We're going to stay to our left here. Stay on this trail. It's a very cool trail. Normally I fly through all the mud, but since I'm recording everything, I'm trying to keep the camera clean. And I hope the camera is clean.
as you heard in the video, you can hear me talk about some of the things that I talked about earlier. About the unit, about the trails. This is very much like Hatfield. Again, I refer to that because that's what this trail was designed for.
Yeah, it's a long drop. Luckily, there's a lot of trees. Seems to be a lot of trees. You did go off.
Yeah, making the comment. There's trees to help you.
Stop you from going too far. I'm going to try that.
It's funny to hear yourself talking.
This KRX gives you so much confidence in your ability to do things than any other machine I've ever had.
And that's true.
I'm still cautious. I don't allow it to make me feel overly confident. So I'm still watch what I do. But it surely doesn't suck. No. I will say that. It's definitely a good machine.
Sometimes I sound like a complete moron.
Use my fingers, but trying to keep the water from coming up on it. It isn't working too well. Going up, just have to stop and clean it. Now Dennis's RMAX, we'll get a review on that from him. But that sure is a nice looking unit. Yeah, he has it all decked out. It's definitely done up. But it looks really good. The blue is beautiful. That's just a really nice blue. I mean, I love the KRX green. I mean, I could have gotten the blue one, which they look great. I don't care for the white. That other green, lime green, and black, that's a good looking unit too. The red, I don't mind the plastic red, but I don't like the bumper red. I prefer that black. But that's just my taste. Some people would prefer that red, I guess. I just don't think it looks as good. This Bootlegger Trail is a long trail. Okay, we were on this earlier. Here's the stone wall. Which we were on earlier. Good deal.
Like I said earlier, you can see how the terrain changes.
It's definitely a noisy suspension, a lot of spring clatter. No doubt.
They make a rubber O-ring for the springs that I need to put on this. It would help the springs a lot. You can hear I was talking about the different colors of the KRXs when I'm talking about the lime green. There's one, I think it's more of a fluorescent green because mine's like the lime and the black. This is the color scheme. It's a traditional Kawasaki color scheme that I think looks the best. But definitely the red looks good with those red bumpers. Just don't. It should have been black. We put 30 miles on the whole day out. That wasn't just this Bootlegger Trail. It was all the trails that we did. You'll see later in the video we did some rock crawling. Not giant rocks, but just layers of rock. Nothing you can drive fast over. That'll be coming up here on the video. Yeah, normally I would have just blasted through that mud. can see all the coal residue that's sitting around on the trails. Again, coal country, so you're going to have that. The leaves are dropping. This is early October. This was October 2nd when we were out. This was the split in the trail, and we decided to go left, which is still the Bootlegger Trail. I know it's the newest trail. I don't know how long it's been open, but I think they did a really good job. And you can see the lower end when we went on the wire in the road. We went to the right and went up. Well, that lower end, we would have stayed up, would have brought us to this meeting point here. So that just would have brought you down a little bit lower.
Do we want to do the hill climb again? Sure. I'm fine with it. I didn't know if we wanted to go and just see that part of the trail, because I veered right and I'm like, shoot, you should have went left. But all I would have done was brought us to here. Want me to lead? I don't care. If you don't lead, that's fine.
Now you get a good opportunity to see his KRX. Or, yeah, his RMAX, excuse me. His RMAX, my KRX. He really did do a nice job of setting that all up. He's got the extended mud flaps on it, which he stays totally clean. I had mud up and down my arms because the KRXs are known for flicking the mud. There's nothing covering those front tires.
So now you get a good chance to see that KRX, the RMAX in action.
See, I even said it on the video.
We did this hill earlier today.
These hills are a lot steeper than people realize on video. In person, they're pretty rough.
As you can see, it's a pretty steep hill. And if you would have asked Beatty Boy Brown if I would have done this in my other machines, I would have said hell no.
Obviously, I'm referring to myself.
It just likes to climb.
This KRX is just incredible on how it just does climb.
It just goes up.
Let me tell you, it's a lot steeper than this video is showing you. Because his front end was actually popping a little bit over some of this. With the long travel suspension that's on the KRX, you don't get that feeling. Those tires are pretty much planted on the ground all the time. But again, I refer to Hatfield McCoy. These are the switchbacks that you can see down there. They are doing it here. Yeah, I do something I'm wrong. I have another buddy, Royce, who loves to do this. We usually ride together. He doesn't have a unit to ride, so we share the riding together in the units I've had. I've had a Can-Am Commander in UTVs. I've had a Commander for a few years, and then I had a Honda Talon for like about a year and a half. That's what I went to Hatfield with. Great unit, solid unit. Both of them. The Commander, very hot. Hot riding in that, because you have the motor in between you.
What up?
You want to go down that one?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Doesn't really say anything special.
Does it give it a trails number or anything?
Dennis is actually looking on his GPS unit.
It takes us over to 102? Is that a mark? Yeah, I guess there's a mark on that trail. I don't know.
Again, we hadn't been out this far on this trail system to know for sure. So having his display works great.
Guess we're gonna go that way. Uh-oh. Having a hard time getting in and out of here. Wonder why.
Yeah, this is about the part of the day where the KRX idle was starting to go up a little bit, like 1450, 1500 RPMs. It was getting a little hard to shift in between gears because I guess it's the clutch was starting to engage already. I learned that if I just tapped the pedal, it was bringing it back down. And what's really weird, you threw it in neutral, it dropped itself back down to 1250. It'd be fine. So that is something I'm looking at this week. It did it to me before when I first got it, and then it went away on its own, which was weird. But it showed up again here. Some off-camber trails. Here, this is a short shoot to go over to another trail. We thought it was going to be longer, but it wound up being real short. I'm taking it slow because it really was rocking me around. Again, the video doesn't show how these trails can be pretty rough.
Now which way?
It's funny because he has his music going in his, because he has the old radio, but he also has, again, the GPS screen, and he downloaded the map from Maprika. You get the east and the west map, and it works like a champ. I have to use my phone. Here I am wiping the screen again. Don't know if it really was helping. Apologize for that. But yeah, this is all new to us. We're trying. We have multiple cameras, but this is the only GoPro, and it's a GoPro 8. Now, we decided to go off onto a blue trail that was rocks, a rock crawling one. So these aren't huge rocks, but you can see how the unit's tossing around. It's not easy through here. And I actually did hit the skid plate on that one. And you did hear that correctly. Normally I haven't hit it. This one I did. He knows I'm not a big fan of doing these all the time. So he goes up to a certain spot and waits just like any other rider would. Because there's some tough spots here.
What up?
He was trying to maneuver through where he's going and pick the right line.
Something he doesn't like.
And you might hear me in the video later talk about when you're leading, it's a lot harder. Because you don't always pick the right line. You think it's the right one, but then the guy behind you can see, oh, you know what? If you went a little more to the left or to the right, I can get through much easier. My ground clearance is a little better than his. But there's some pretty big rocks here to go over. I mean, you just crawl over them. It's called rock crawling. But probably go a little quicker. But I was trying to save tires and not beat everything up so bad. Again, this machine is just incredible. It does give you a ton of confidence. As I was saying earlier in the video, your confidence level is much higher. But I don't let it get me to where I get in trouble, you know, having too much confidence in something.
Huh.
But it is remarkable. It's the best unit I've ever had. I think it's for what we use it and do and go, and especially here on the East Coast, it's just a great unit. You know, it's a non-turbo unit. There is a turbo you can get for it. Here we're going to take a break.
Break time?
I just want to make sure you're okay.
I'm fine. That's fun. I mean, it's not the greatest fun, but there's nothing hard. You just got to point in the right direction. I will say this, it's harder for the lead guy because some of your lines I don't choose and I go through them much easier than you did. But that's unfortunate because you're the first one, you know? But I'm good. I mean, I don't know how far this got.
I think this goes quite a ways.
I think so too. The one good thing is there hasn't been too, well, we might as well take a break.
Yeah, this is where we ran into a lot of camera problems. The GoPro was getting really hot and overheating big time.
I am having a problem with my shifter.
And here I'm talking about the shifter.
She's getting, for a while there, I had a real hard time getting her into different gears.
Huh.
And then it went back to normal. And just now I was trying to put it into neutral and she doesn't want to move back. So I'm not quite sure what that all is.
Turning off the key works. So now we're going back out to finish the trail. Dennis is a really good rider.
Well, see if the GoPro doesn't overheat now.
Here's my comment with the GoPro.
Probably going to.
I don't know if you saw, there was a pretty good sized stump there on the right. You got to watch them. There's some pretty good sized stumps.
The other one shut off.
Yeah, my cheap cameras actually film longer and not as good of footage.
A little tight.
This footage wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
Not bad. You ready?
Yeah, they said this trail wasn't for us. It has pink and black. One thing on these trail systems, when it shows pink and black, that's your way back. Pink and black will take you back, is what they always say.
What? You want to just go straight?
Yeah, it says no UTVs.
What?
Straight.
Yeah, we'll just go straight.
Straight where?
Isn't that what the tag says right there?
Yeah, but it says 121B, no UTVs.
But it says points straight for trailhead.
Yeah,
Well, let's see what it is.
we weren't sure.
We don't really have a choice other than turning around. Right?
Yeah, we can always head down so far and see what it looks like.
Yeah, if it looks terrible, then we just don't do it.
Just turn around and come back. But I don't understand this sign because
Oh, awesome.
you're going to see here in a second. This is the easiest trail I think we were on the whole day, but yet it's supposed to be blue and no UTVs and all that. It was not a bad trail at all. So I questioned that particular one. That's the only trail I think I've ever encountered here that didn't make sense. Anyways, here we are going down it. You can see it's just fine. Do me a favor, guys, if you can, click the subscribe and like button. We are trying our hardest to make this more popular and get ourselves out there. I mean, there's so many videos on this. I understand that. We're trying. I tell you what, we would love to do this for a living. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to go out and do trail riding and adventures like this? But we do appreciate everyone checking out the video. Please leave comments. We'd love to hear comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Am I an idiot talking over it?
Yeah, 121B was that ditch off to the left.
Yeah. Which way do we want to go? We don't know what that is.
The 102, if you take it that way, because home is that way.
Yeah.
We'll go that way.
All right, we'll go this way.
Yeah, this was later in the day when we did this trail, when I recorded it. I have other footage from earlier in the day. So we wanted to go out as far as we could, get to the property line, and then work our way back. Now you'll see there is some signage that will show you 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away from the crossing median to the parking lot. You go across the main road. They always have somebody there to guide you across. You need to be back by 5 o'clock to that point because they close at 6. The hours do change in the winter, so it'll probably be like 4 o'clock later on. East side, you got to be back by 5:30, so you can load it up and get out. I was saying early on in the video about their staffing. They have a ton of people, and there's rescue. They can help get you. You break down, you crash. We've seen the helicopter come in, 5 people out. Sometimes people don't make the best decision. You know, we've seen people out there like that, and sometimes it's just a simple accident. Somebody hit a trail wrong, hit a rock, and it rolled them. And see, we shared the trails, obviously, with Jeeps, and that was what was coming our way. There's another section. At this point, the GoPro was having so many heating issues, and it killed the first battery. So I changed out the battery, and I took the foam cover off. Again, we were new to this, so I didn't realize that I had all the settings turned on. I had Bluetooth turned on, I had voice activation, I had all these settings turned on, and image stabilization and everything. And that made this thing just overheat very fast. So now it's just the camera on a mount, and that's why you hear the wind now. But yeah, we're learning. This footage could have came out a little better, I think. But, we're working on it. We're trying to get it up there, trying to get it out there. People see it. Again, please comment on it. We'd love to know what your thoughts are. You know, you can't stand me talking over it. Say it. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I just thought instead of just having a unit just driving for 50 minutes down the trails and nothing being said, I just thought it sounded pretty cool to give you a little more info on the place. We've been on these trails for the last couple of years. You know, we used to ride up here before this was even here, before AOA took over. It was all Reading Anthracite. You pay a permit, you can ride out all through, but it was never marked. These trails are well marked, as you can see along. It's marked well. There's maps. It makes a big difference. And you have young riders with you, you have your kids. So it's the right place to be. Again, with the support of the staff and everything. This is one of the things that's my pet peeves. You're going to see here. I'm sure these are good guys. I'm not talking about the guys themselves. But you don't park in the middle of a trail. You just don't. You don't do that. And then point to me and tell me where I got to go around you. So I got to go off the trail to go around you. When you guys could have easily moved over into this whole brush area and been out of the way. You saw us pull over for the Jeeps earlier. Do the same. I mean, the trail's pretty wide. Could have stayed in a single file, but they didn't. They just all cluttered together. I don't like that. We share these trails together. Just be polite to each other. That's all. You know,
Perfect example of a bunch of stupid idiots that block an entire trail.
Okay, so I did call him an idiot. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have called him an idiot, but that was an idiot move. You see how it goes right back to rock again. On a rock. And I've said that a lot on here. If you've not been here, I want to make sure you understand that there is a lot of rock. And if you're coming on a bike, I don't know how those guys do it on the bikes. I'm putting it low here to climb up this one. This is a blue one. There wasn't anything hard about this. It's a hill and there's a lot of rock. And there's a lot of loose rock. It doesn't look like it, but it is. And if you ever got on a wash of rock, what I mean by that is it's all loose rock. And as you're driving on it, it all starts rolling underneath you. And you almost don't go anywhere. You're just moving more and more rock. It's almost like an avalanche of rock coming. I've had that happen twice, and that's over in another section, and it isn't huge, but it's like an ocean of rock. It's a weird feeling. It's like you don't come to a complete stop and your tires are spinning, but it feels like you. It's hard to explain. This isn't one of those areas, but I started to do a hill climb and it just was so loose. I was like, there's no way, because I am not going to lose it at the top of the hill. Because over on the east side, you can go up along the power lines and the pipelines. And there's a lot to go up there. And I'll get footage of that and show it to you guys. That's pretty cool. Again, I know everybody says it in all their videos and that, but it's so simple. It takes 2 seconds. Just click, subscribe and like. It's real simple. We really would appreciate it. And also, definitely give us comments. I'd like to know, am I doing something right here, or is this just not a good idea? B, you don't need to be talking over this. Just watch video. Maybe talk less. Maybe talk more. Whatever your thoughts are. Just give us a little heads up so we know what to do. Again, we're new to it. We're trying. This is so awesome to be out cruising now. I can't tell you how much fun it is. If you've never done it, you gotta try it. See, I had to turn it off there. That was so I could switch it into high. I was in low gear. So I do know that the throttle cable needs to be adjusted. I did come home and I checked that. So I know that needs to be. See, you just simply wait and they pull over. And then everyone can just keep going. You don't need to rush through. And they were actually working on this unit. They gave us a thumbs up. They were okay. There's a Honda Talon. I had one just like it, but mine was blue. Again, I bought that at Off-Road Motorsports. They are a great group. I'm going to do a separate video just on that dealership. My buddy Jordan, he is just, the whole story is just phenomenal. I don't want to spoil it, but look for that video. I will be getting that this fall. Put together and posted up here. I think you'll really enjoy that one. So here we're starting to do spotted recordings. The last 10 minutes of this. You see some quick short ones. Opened up a little bit more. We were actually heading back to the car at this point. So Dennis is leading. Decided to shoot off on some trails just because we had seen the same trails. There's 3 main trails that get you, an upper one, a middle one, and a lower one. And they all join back to go across the road. We're currently in the middle. I should have been better prepared for you guys. I have a map in front of me so I can tell you more trail. Again, you can see Jeeps and Toyotas and dirt bikes. I don't know how the dirt bikes ride on this. I mean, they're all over the place with the rock. I can't imagine it's easy to ride with rock. trust that you guys enjoy it. Again, please like and subscribe. We are doing our best to try to get better content on here and work on the camera work and the audio. And yeah, let us know. Do you like this? Do you like having me telling you about the trails and everything? Something about the machines? Or would you just rather watch it? Just let us know. Again, thank you everyone for watching. And enjoy the last few minutes.
Hefty one. And I think we got it. Yeah, that was nothing. Easy peasy. On top of a nice trail like that, I'll take that all day. That was not a bad hill. It looked worse than what it was. It was pretty simplified. Alright, I gotta take it out of low range.
subscribe. Sorry about the fingers there.